Previously on GRebner Outdoors, I promised you a bow fishing adventure for prehistoric garfish. I hope you stay tuned because today I'm about to deliver.
Howdy folks, GRebner here with GRebner Outdoors. I'm back in an Illinois River backwater right now. Got my bow with me, gonna try and get me a gar. In my first bow fishing experience this year, I had a Cajun reel on. Not a big fan of it, seems like a great idea, but it just plain didn't work the way that I wanted it to. So I went and traded it out for an AMS original model. The way that I'm going to be filming is I have a tripod adapter screwed into the stabilizer of my bow. This is a Samick Sage. And of course I have a Garmin Verb. I also have a video on how to make this particular camera mount. So here's hoping. I got all day, nothing better to do, but I sure would like to find some adventure.
Every day of hunting is exactly the same. The same primal emotions and visceral actions. But every day of hunting is just a little bit different. And while I have to buy a fishing license in order to go bow fishing, I look at it as a form of hunting. Standing on the riverbank, serene in the falling rain that was rapidly dissolving my barrier of Repel 100, I spent a few hours. I had spotted no fish and so decided that a change in location was necessary. I moved down the riverbank and into the river itself. Watching, waiting, my bow at the ready, I saw a shape beneath the water. I took my shot and thought that I had missed because my line had not gone racing out. And yet, I had not missed. While gar and carp are considered rough fish, I had shot a piece of trash fish. I was frustrated, mosquito bitten, working on a sunburn, and ready to pack it in and just go home. And then movement in the water caught my eye. A large gar was swimming toward me, disturbed from my previous shot. I steeled myself for the action that was to come. Hours and hours of waiting go into one visceral moment of truth. When that water exploded, my heart was ready to leap from my chest.
Oh man.
The gar is a beautiful prehistoric life form that deserves respect as a trophy fish.
Gonna take him up on the bank. You know, you really got to admire a fish that'll keep fighting you even when he's out of the water. I have never managed to get one of these, and this is a beautiful, beautiful gar. I could not be happier. Really.
Gar are not only difficult to hit underwater, they are difficult to handle once you have them out of the water.
So we're going to get to figure out what prehistoric fish taste like. The only trouble is, I don't quite know how to carry him. Well, I managed to come out of this encounter unscathed.
As a matter of fact, I was wrong. So stay tuned. This gar bit me here, and I had to follow him down the riverbank, trying to keep my boot on him so that I could get a noose around his upper jaw in an attempt to safely handle him. And even then, this fish was not done with me yet.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Well, folks, he got me. Trying to take a hero shot, and he bit me on the forearm. A gar is a warrior fish. He's been out of the water, and I had to fight him back up the bank before I could get the noose around his jaw. And he has never stopped fighting me. It's amazing, amazing experience. So I'm going to get him back to my Jeep and see about cleaning this armor-plated prehistoric fish, because I've heard it tastes pretty good. For those of you that care, this part of the video is dedicated to quick and dirty scrap works, because I basically had to take a belt punch and steampunk my snake boots because of reasons. But I pulled the front laces out, took a belt punch, torsioned my boots, and then used the original laces to lace up my zipper, and then put 550 in the front.
In the end, it only adds to the adventure that I was bitten. I could not expect this animal to give up its life for me without some form of sacrifice. I had nailed this gar's head to the board to quickly kill it as soon as I was home, hacksawed into the scales, and began attempting to clean the gar. Soon I was back to the tin snips, and it was a slow and arduous process. But it only adds to the adventure. A lot of people don't like the garfish. Me personally, I think that they are an amazing primeval fish. And once I started to get a look at the meat, it looks like it would taste absolutely delicious. But I will have to get back to you on that. If you know anything about gar, then you know that their eggs are poisonous. So you clean them from the top down. Fighting the rain, trying not to cut myself on the scales or on my knife itself, I continued skinning away this gar, which in the end also measured 29.5 inches. My first gar, so my biggest gar. I could of course say that it was 30 inches, because that sounds better. But it was in truth only 29.5 inches. But I look forward to consuming this predatory fish. And for the time being, I have the bite marks to remind me of the adventure. Once you have the skin off, armor that it is, it's quite easy to take out the back fillets of the gar. It is beautiful white muscle. And again, looks absolutely delicious. This was an incredible experience and a successful adventure. It was visceral, it was primal, and it is my opinion that it is an extension of bow hunting. While I do have to buy a fishing license, for all practical purposes in my imagination, I had just harpooned a dinosaur. So I hope that this is not my only gar, but for the time being, it is my first, and I am glad that I was able to share the experience with you and the hunting story.
Shot